Hello everybody, thank you for tuning in to another Cup of Tech. Thank you again, everyone who commented last week. Really appreciate it. Love the comments. It's always really nice to hear back from you guys. A lot of news about Xbox 720 and things like that. We carry on again with the iPad mini news, I guess. It always seems to be that way. This week we had, invitations were sent out to an Apple event to take place on the 23rd of October. And it's assumed that it'll be the iPad mini that gets launched and a few other bits and pieces along the way. So it could actually be coming. Will you be lining up for one? Are you interested? You know, comment below, let me know. Now let's get on with the other news, stuff which is actually a little bit more interesting. Also in, I guess it's tablet news, carrying on from that, however not Apple, Microsoft. Microsoft, so close to launching Windows 8 on the 26th of October, or 25th depending on which part of the world you're in, and one of the biggest things that they'll be bringing out along with that is Microsoft Surface, which is their first tablet into the big world. You know, coming in against the iPad, the Android tablets that already exist, and trying to put their own place, their own foot in the hole as well. So, they've released this ad. I'm going to show you this ad on screen, or part of it. At 28 seconds in this ad, it looks really cool and whatever, but at 28 seconds, it gets gangster. And I'm talking super gangster. There's these what looks like 12-year-old kids, like crumping, and I don't even know what those moves are called. I'm not that cool. But, you know, I'm looking at this product thinking, a Surface, it's all about, you know, creating documents, working, actually doing PC-based tasks on a tablet. And then you've got these kids which are crumping and getting all crazy about it. And I'm thinking, what the hell? Like, this product is not for kids. I don't really see the Microsoft Surface as being a toy, well not a toy, but something which appeals to younger kids. So anyway, I thought that was weird. I thought the dancing was really weird. And then, you know, again, people are like waving these tablets around, you know, getting all handily with them, and I freak out when I see that because I'm always worried they're going to drop it and things like that. I just don't want to see it. And then the next day after I posted that article, pricing gets announced, and then I really start to freak out because I'm thinking these 12-year-old kids can't even afford the Surface because it's pretty expensive. It's around the $550 something mark. I forget exactly now, but you know, it's around the $500 mark for the 32 gig version. They're not including the touch cover, which is like the little keyboard thing. That's an extra $140 odd more. It's a shame, but I think it's going to be a really good competitor to people who are buying iPads. I really do think it is. I mean, when you look at the 32 gig version on the iPad, and then you consider what you can do with, you know, other parts of Windows that will be on the device, you kind of realize that it's actually got a lot of potential. And I think there is a market for it. There's a huge market for it. And given the fact that they've already sold out in the US, there is definitely a market, and this is definitely going to be a really good tablet. I just don't think it's for gangster 12-year-olds. Well, the show really is a lot about tablets, actually. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was ASUS, or ASUS, or however you want to pronounce it. They have come out with a new Padfone, the Padfone 2. Now, I talked about the Padfone, I don't think it was that long ago actually when it first came to Australia. It took a long time to get here. Now, Padfone 2 is now out, and again, they've sort of stuck with the same sort of idea that you get an Android phone and you put it into, not a tablet, you put it into a device that looks like a tablet. It's got a screen and a battery, but it's actually using the power of the phone that you put into it. And that's cool. It's cool, it's handy. There is definitely a market for that, I guess. My biggest criticism is this, and you'll see the ad on screen as well, is, first of all, kids, again. Kids running around with the tablet. Just give them something else. Don't let them do that, they'll break it. The second thing, the more serious thing about it, is that it almost gets advertised as a tablet and a phone. You look at the last still on the video, on the ad, and it sort of shows them side by side. Well, no, that's not how it works. Advertise the device as it actually is. The device is a phone with a screen. So what will happen is you have this phone, which is smart. You have this phone, and you can just slide it into the tablet, and suddenly it's a bigger screen. And you can take it back out, and you can carry on with it. Don't be fooled into thinking that you'll have two devices. You don't have two devices. But it does look good. The camera is like 13 megapixels or something. It shoots at 6 frames per second. It seems like a pretty hardcore device. And the battery inside the dock, I'm calling it, which is the screen, is also quite large and can charge the phone. So if you're looking for an extra charge in the day, that could actually be quite handy, being able to plug your phone into the dock, get some extra charge and take the phone with you again. That's nice. So look, it's not a bad product. I don't think it's going to be bad, but I just don't think it's being advertised correctly, and you want to pay attention to that if you're interested in buying one. Okay, now the other interesting thing, not related to tablets, whoa, is actually about the internet. This, where you're watching me. This, internet. Well, not where I am now, but you know what I mean. So YouTube, Google, stuff like that. What is it? It's not just something within your screen. It is actually something beyond that. Now, for those who don't know, in brief terms, what the internet is, it's a network of computers. So when you type in www.google.com, it's actually going to another computer in the world, which is called google.com, if that's a really high-end way of looking at it. Now, the cool part about what I'm about to say is that Google has come out and showed the world what their servers and data center looks like, which is huge. Now, in layman's terms, it's the internet. Google is huge. They have so much storage, they have so many websites and things like that. I mean, YouTube, for example, is owned by Google, and I think it's like 48 hours of video uploaded every hour or second or minute, I don't know. But there's a hell of a lot of content being produced on YouTube, such as this long video. Now, you have to have a look at just the sheer size and amazement of their data centers. Their data centers are huge. I'm calling it the internet. You should really check it out. You can actually look at it on Street View, which is even cooler. But you have a look at the work that goes into just keeping these servers cool, and just how many servers there are. It's just like, wow, just huge wows. I was looking at it going, oh my God. And it's partly because in my day-to-day life, I also manage an IT department, and we have a data center, and it's nothing like this one, obviously. But you really need to take a look. It's just sheer amazing, really. Now, also, I mentioned at the start of the show, I probably didn't give enough credit to what it should have had. The iPad mini, which we think is coming, there's been cases leaked out and stuff like that. Yes, it's probably coming, it's probably going to happen. I was talking about this product today, and I was thinking about it a bit further. It's one of the first times that Apple is actually releasing a product which is new for them, but not potentially new for the rest of the world. So when they released the iPod, there was not really anything else similar to that. When they released the iPhone, again, they were kind of breaking some new ground in what they did. And same thing with the iPad. You know, one of the first tablets to market and stuff like that, and obviously got a lot of attention that way, and people thought it was just amazing, and they went and bought them. The iPad mini, if it happens, is not a product that they're breaking new ground with. The Nexus 7, for example, Samsung has a 7-inch tablet. This is not the first time. So I'm be interested to see a couple of things. A, whether the iPad mini can just bulldoze through the Nexus 7 and everything else which it comes through, Kindle Fire, for example. Or, wait, where am I going? So, shit. So you know what I'm saying, right? So it's not the first time it's coming in. So will it sell like hotcakes, like a complete gangbusters anyway, because it's an Apple product and everybody loves them? Or will people actually stop and think, hang on a minute, a 7-inch tablet, I think Google has one of those. I think they made something like that. Or, you know, or Samsung's got one. Will that happen? I don't actually, you know what, it's not going to happen. They're going to release it, people are going to have babies over it, and then they're going to sell millions of them. Forget it. That's what's going to happen. Prove me wrong. Or let me know in the comments if you really think it's not going to sell. I think it will sell. I even think that people who have an iPad, iPhone, iPod, iPod Touch, Shuffle, Mac, MacBook Air, I think they'll actually go and buy one. I'm more interested in seeing the people who don't have a tablet at all, whether that will make a difference for them, that they've waited for a 7-inch or always just couldn't afford the 10-inch. I don't know, I'm curious. I like to see the way people think. I have a feeling that people won't think and they'll just buy it. Anyway, we'll see about that one. Whew. Also, I'm not an Apple hater. I'm not. I think their products are amazing. I think their innovation is very cool. I think their marketing is sheer brilliance. And I'm more poking fun at some of the users but not me. Well, anyway. So, my cup is empty, but I need to tell you, next week there won't be a cup of tech. I'm officially on holidays as of today. I put out of office on at work before I left. And I'm on holidays, I'm going away, going to Hawaii actually. So having a bit of a break, only for a week, so you will miss next week's show, and then I'll be back definitely for the next week after that. So you miss me for a week, but if you like, you know, tweet me, find me on Facebook, you can still talk to me. I'm still going to be alive, I'm not dying, but I just won't be able to film because I won't even have an internet connection probably. I don't know. Anyway, but take a look. If you have any questions, please let me know. Maybe next Thursday night, if you're sitting there, no cup of tech, you know, take a little picture of you and your cup of tea and just tweet me at it. It could be cool. I don't know. Let me know. Thanks again for watching. I'm off for a couple of weeks. Bye.